Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your February 2016 love reading. It's Raina here. And so I picked some interesting cards for you. As we begin the month of February, Venus will be in your second house of earned income. So this isn't necessarily a very romantic placement for Venus. It's more about being able to buy luxury items that really you have your heart on, that you're looking at. And after the Mercury retrograde in January, February is a better time to buy some of the higher ticket items. That's for sure. But then it goes into your third house, this Venus, when it's in the sign of Aquarius. And so this is the house that Gemini rules. It's the house of communication of various types, including the internet. So some of you may find a romantic partner online. So tell me how that works out for you. But anyway, the card I drew for the energy going into the month related to your love life is the Eight of Pentacles. And I've been picking this card recently over and over again, not always in the same position, but this is a card of somebody who is really learning their craft well and is working hard on it. There are many interpretations, especially since this is a romantic scenario. But in terms of the general meaning of this card, Pentacles equals your work, your money that you're earning, but the eight equals success. So it's somebody who's really working towards success and is honing their skills. This is a craftsman type of energy. And in relationships, it could be that some of you are working hard on your marriage or long term relationship. Now, I will say that my personal feeling about working hard on stuff is, especially when it comes to marriages, that I tend to feel that it's pretty doomed. Because if you have a relationship that is basically sound, you don't have to really work on anything. Whenever we exert energy or force onto something, it seems to me that we're trying to go against the flow and we're trying to force the universe's hand. And what exactly would need so much work? It would have to be that we are trying to get the other person to do something that they really don't want to do, or get them to stop doing something that they really want to do. So either way, it seems to me that a lot of these relationships end up in divorce anyhow. And that may be wrong. Maybe I'm a little bit prejudiced against working hard on marriages. And of course, it could mean that you're just working on yourself and you're doing so in order to make the relationship better. And that, to me, makes a lot of sense. So if you know you have a tendency to do certain things that are counterproductive with that person, then maybe altering that behavior can really create a whole new set of circumstances. I've said before, and I'll say it again, when you change, everything around you changes. You don't have to wait for the other person to change. But it could be that you're just busy in your career or your labor of love, as this card also represents, and you're pouring your energy into that now, not necessarily into finding a lover. I can't stand the word lover. I don't know why. It just creeps me out. But anyway, the reason that you're being so industrious is because of the King of Cups. So for some of you, this may be that the person you're in the relationship with is a water sign, and it could be a Pisces, because Pisces forms a square with Sagittarius. So sometimes there is that attraction because there's a clash with those squares. And it's a very different type of sign. So it's not surprising to me that there would be a lot to iron out It could be with any of the signs. Maybe it is with a Scorpio person. I don't see many Sagittarians getting with cancers, though, not in my own life. So I don't know how often that happens, but I guess stranger things have occurred. But if you are with a water sign as a Sagittarian, there are a lot of adjustments that have to be made. I'm not going to lie to you. And so I guess at the end of the day, you have to decide whether or not you're truly compatible. This could also indicate a marriage counselor, because sometimes the King of Cups can indicate somebody that you're going to for a shoulder to cry on, maybe a clergyman, that sort of thing. So it could be any of these scenarios. The higher message is a Six of Wands. So this is a card of victory of some sort. So whatever you're doing, it sounds like it's good to be doing it. If you are working on the relationship, if you are just working on yourself, on your career, everything that you're doing that is productive is in alignment with the universe, according to this card. And the advice is the King of Swords. And so this is a card of detachment, of really being a master of your emotions. And even though fire signs are not the same as water signs, they are passionate and they can get emotional in their own way. And when we get emotional, our logic tends to go out the window. It really does, because I really believe that our emotional self is almost reptilian, in that it is very deeply ingrained, habitual, and usually not in our best interests. So obviously, you want to be able to express emotion and not be cold and so detached that you have lost connection with that heart chakra. But when people allow negative emotions to overpower them, and usually fear is the root of all these negative emotions, be it anger or grief or sadness, there is a fear that is generated that kind of accompanies that, then it's very hard to act constructively. And this also applies if you need to get out of a relationship. Sometimes that's a sad reality, that a relationship is not healthy and not good to continue in. And yet, people allow their emotions to trigger resistance to what needs to be done. So, the King of Swords is very logical and capable of separating the situation from their emotions and not allowing their emotions to get the best of them. The only thing about the King of Swords is that sometimes he can be a little bit out of touch with his feelings. So you don't want to have it go too far. The main thing is to make sure that you don't allow your feelings to carry you away into a negative vibration. The card that crosses you or maybe present itself as an obstacle is the Ace of Pentacles, which is a very positive card. In the obstacle position, perhaps it is a situation where you have an offer from another company, and let's say you are in a relationship with somebody and you have to relocate. And so this would take you somewhere else. For some of you, it may mean that you have to really be careful about somebody who tries to buy your affections with a monetary gift, because there may be ulterior motives, there may be strings attached. Some of you may be dealing with somebody at the office, and so this card may be suggesting that you'll get an offer to move somewhere else and you will not be with that person as much. And so you're afraid that you're going to lose that contact. But some of you, it may have to do with money that you get which makes it so that you don't have to be in a toxic marriage. And that kind of makes the marriage go bye bye. And of course, maybe that's for the best. But if you have your sights set on saving a marriage, you might, not like that scenario at all. The outcome, which kind of jumped out at me, so I took this card, is the Lovers. So I think that if I've missed any of the possible interpretations, maybe this card sums everything up, that you will be in a romantic position sometime, whether it's with your current partner, with somebody new, maybe somebody you meet online, or with somebody that you have been dealing with that's not your spouse. And the Lover's card can also indicate a choice, as well as a Gemini person, which of course is the complementary sign of Sagittarius. So there you go on that. So there might be, maybe there are two lovers. Maybe it's like that song, Torn Between Two Lovers. So there are two kings in this reading. I wonder if some of you are possibly having an affair with your boss, even. There are many possibilities, but maybe a person in authority. Obviously, this is a general reading. If you'd like something personalized, where I also use your astrological data as part of the reading, please click on the link below for a list of my services. Thank you very much, you guys. Bye.